Today we're going to talk about the surprising focus of Revelation. Most people today, when they hear about Bible prophecy or the book of Revelation, think it has to do with apocalyptic end-time events and the Antichrist. And those things are there, but they're not the focus. The surprising focus of the book of Revelation is found right here in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, the revelation of Jesus Christ. Now, the word revelation means to reveal. So we're talking about the revealing. It doesn't say of Antichrist, but of Jesus Christ. Jesus is the focus of the book of Revelation. In fact, you find the symbol of the Lamb used at least 27 times in the book of Revelation to represent Jesus, making it the most common symbol. However, some people say, well, what do you mean? It has Antichrist and these beasts and the horsemen of war. Yes, it has all of those. But oftentimes, because in this cosmic battle between good and evil, the enemies are arrayed against our champion, against King Jesus. They often are trying to subvert his ministry, even to counterfeit it. We find in Revelation 13, it says, and I stood on the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, upon his heads a name of blasphemy. Verse 2, and the beast which I saw was likened to a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads that were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So it talks about this beast that comes up out of the water. And it says in verse 5, I'm not going to quote or read all the way down to that he speaks blasphemy. So the beast comes up out of the water, and he continues also in verse 5 for 42 months and speaks blasphemy. He receives a deadly wound to one of his heads in Revelation 13:3. So what does this have to do with Jesus? You said that's not about Jesus, that's about Antichrist. It is, but it's about how Antichrist subverts the ministry of Jesus, or tries to, in counterfeiting it. Oh yeah, let me tell you, Jesus came up out of water to begin his ministry. That's right, he was baptized. Came up out of the water in his baptism. His ministry was 42 months. That's right, 3.5 years. At the end of which Jesus is the one that received a deadly wound. He died on the cross for you and for me. But the wound was healed. Antichrist counterfeits that as well, doesn't it? Sunday morning, Jesus got up from the tomb. He was resurrected. The Antichrist counterfeits by speaking blasphemy. You say, did Jesus speak blasphemy? No, not at all. No, for a sinful mortal man to claim to stand in God's place, to claim the prerogatives of God, that would be blasphemy. Jesus was accused of that, but he wasn't speaking blasphemy because Jesus has always been and always will be fully God. And so the Antichrist power has tried to counterfeit and subvert the ministry of Jesus, and ultimately it's exposed in the book of Revelation, and Jesus is exalted. If you enjoy understanding the Bible better and seeing interesting little studies like that, make sure you subscribe right now to our channel so you get our next video.